loves to say son of a bitch, the same as you who hates most Nintendo shit. I'm the one who calls games what they are. I even own the 360 and hate Gears of War. Guy who spends his money on games, fucking cards. Just a funny guy who became a YouTube star. So after playing Wheelman and Wanted, I need one more game before I got a hold of my Riddick and Godfather 2. So I picked up what we call Golden Axe. Golden Axe is another game that should join the league of Wanted and Wheelman. This one feels like right in between those two. Now, is that a good thing? Well, I'll tell you what. How about you go check the scores for those, then take an educated guess and watch the rest of this review. The story of Golden Axe is basically this. You're about to do this ceremony with half-naked sisters. Well, she calls them sisters. I don't even know how many kids this mother had. But anyway, I think they're meaning as sisters as, you know, sisters of the covenant or whatever. Anyway, you're having this ceremony. You're getting lit on fire by a huge dragon. And all of a sudden, these creatures, these orcs, come and fuck everything up. Start killing all the naked sisters and trying to kill the dragon and you and everything. So, you have to go and retrieve the Golden Axe pieces to defeat the main enemy. It's a simple story. It's actually a pretty bad story, and there's only one or two good cinemas in the whole game. So, and the voice acting, oh my god!
But the axe was broken centuries ago. How did you?
Now is not the time for history lessons.
The graphics, for once, when I saw the opening, not the opening scene, but the scene after the opening, I saw a CGI scene, what you're watching now. I was like, wow, these are pretty cool. It had blood effects, it had okay movements and everything. Then, we get to the regular graphics of what you're watching now, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks like an Xbox One game. Hi, Xbox One graphics. What the hell? The design is barbaric and old-fashioned. You've seen it in Conan and Beowulf and every other fucking old type of game. Really, the graphics are nothing special. The blood effects are okay. The magic effects look lame since there's only about 2 or 3 of them. And really, in the end, the only good thing on the monster design is because the rhino looks badass and kills things. Okay, so the gameplay. Let me hit the good up. You know, we gotta give some good here. Riding the monsters such as the rhino, the elephant, the raptor is all really fun to actually use, and they all have their own unique attacks, and that's cool and everything. Also, I do like the counter and block system. I think it's fun, but and the combat, I mean, it's bloody. That's about the only good things I can think of this game, really. The bad. There's about 4 moves in total for your character. No shit. You click XX or AA. Whatever choice you want to do. If you feel like you don't like X today, you can click A. If you feel like you don't like A today, you can click X. Either way, you're going to do a strong or light combo. Well, this is pretty average, sure. You see it in every game. Except most games like to expand on it by leveling up. You do not. Anyway, we also have another bad thing about this game. The enemies. Okay, they're the same thing. The only difference is they start getting a little bigger, and they use a bigger axe. But they're the same enemies over and over again. They do the same thing. Swing, swing, and then do a hit, and then you can dodge or block and kill them by doing a stronger counter attack. Really, there's no difference in the enemies. Basically, the only different enemy is the guys that use melee attacks and the guys that use magic attacks. Well, this kind of sucks because you would want some enemies, maybe faster enemies that like slide across the screen and try to kill you, while slower enemies that do more damage and they look different than the enemies you just killed. I mean, they all look barbaric, they all look like the same thing except bigger and smaller, and they all do the same goddamn attack. Really, some enemy different. Also, at times, the enemy seems to be weak and all of a sudden goes into a berserk rage. Now, there is a berserk thing in this game where the enemies are super strong for a few minutes. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, all of a sudden, you're kicking the enemy's ass, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they do an attack that makes you go flying back, and then you get stuck because there are glitches in this game, and you die. Really, it pisses me off. Also, the checkpoints are far, far apart, and the stages can sometimes be only 5 minutes to 25 minutes. It's just not a very cool thing if you don't have much time to play at one point. Really, the magic system is fucking garbage, to be honest. And to be brutally honest, this game offers nothing new, and it doesn't even improve on what's already been done, so there's really no reason to pick this game up for gameplay. I'm sure some of you are expecting me to bitch and bitch and bitch for the next 5 minutes like I did with Wheelman. And I said, well, I didn't hate the game as much as Wheelman. I didn't spend $60 like I did on Wheelman. I didn't want to smack the fucking shit out of the main character like Wheelman. In this game, it's just very, very average. There's really nothing new. There's nothing fun really to do except maybe use the animals as a... to fight with, but even that's not too fun. The boss battles aren't fun at all. They're the easiest fucking thing in the world. Really, this game, it doesn't try enough, and that's a problem. I don't mind if a game doesn't introduce much new. I just mind when a game introduces nothing new and doesn't improve on anything or offer anything. This game is just very average. Not as bad as Wheelman, but not even as fun as Wanted. Wanted at least had some good gameplay sections, at least offered decent graphics. This offers, and the graphics are just really weak. Now the game is about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 hours long, and for some people, maybe that's okay for a $20 game. For me, it would be if the game actually was fun. It's not fun, in my opinion, of course. If you do find it fun, that's great, and I want to give you a thumbs up, because I do find games that people don't find fun. Anyway, to get back to it, if you want achievements, go for this game, but I warn you now, the achievements are pretty hard to get. If you want trophies, well, guess what? The PSN didn't have trophies for this game. And I don't even blame them because this game doesn't even deserve trophies. This game is below average. It needs a lot of improvement. And next time, have more than 5 effing moves.